Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another manga chapter review. I am the Rat, and this is the Rat's Nest. I'm joined with the Kyle. Say hi, Kyle.
Wouldn't it be better if we would be dead?
That is so true. I think Car.
That's not Car. You're supposed
Car?
to say dead. Dead. Sure.
Car.
That was the line. That was the line.
We're back with Chainsaw Man. So, quick preface.
Yeah.
If you're here and you don't know, this chapter was leaked. So this is leaks for next week's chapter. If you want to read the official release, just wait a week, bookmark this video, come back to it or not. I don't care. I mean, I do care, but I'm tired. I just took a midterm, right? Whatever.
What?
This video is a week in the future. Now, this is probably the chapter. However, in the off case it isn't, we'll be doing a chapter review again next week. And if it is the legitimate chapter, I'll probably change the title and stuff. I'll put spoiler right in the title, if I remember to, anyways. But yes, so we are reading a translation off of Twitter. I won't link anywhere to find the chapter because I don't know the legality of that. We are reading it off of Twitter. You can find it if you look it up anywhere, right? It wasn't difficult. So the quality of the translation, is probably a little bit worse than what Viz says. So maybe we don't want to. Let's try to stick more to the content, Kyle, than to the specifics of the words.
What you're saying is the FBI devil's going to get on our case.
That's true. Just covering our bases here. I mean, John Williams did copyright us over Lego Star Wars over on Cooper's and Screens.
Yeah, because
I know it wasn't him, but it's still funny to think.
Yeah, we usually read the dialogue on these, so we'll have to.
Well, we can still read the dialogue. Just let's try not to look too deeply into the wording of things. But yeah, so Chainsaw Man chapter 122. This is chapter. It doesn't have the chapter title translated. It's chapter something. I don't know. Probably death. Sure, that's what I'm going to call it. So, I really enjoyed this chapter. This was a fun chapter.
I enjoyed the debatable legality of this chapter.
That's so true. It'd be so funny if we do this entire video and then chapter 122 is something completely different.
I hope not. This was a really good chapter.
It was a really good chapter.
So we see Yoshida going with his side bitch, Josh.
That is his name.
Josh. Yeah, we see Josh and what would be a good name for her?
I don't know. What's a
Fanny?
Fanny? Josh and Fanny. That is their names, isn't it?
V, but I guess Fanny would be Fammy, Fan. Yeah, Josh and Fanny are out. They're out at the shop and. Being the
the famine devil.
Yeah, I don't know why I blinked on that. She orders a lot of food, like honey toast, fruit platters, ice cream, chocolate cake, muffins, parfait, and it's order 5 of everything I just said. So that's one trope that I really find funny of characters whose whole things are like famine or eating, how they just eat a metric ton and in a normal, right? Because look at Dragon Ball characters, they consume a lot, but for normal humans just to have one that's I want all this, I just find that pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. Or Luffy, whenever he meets Shirahoshi and just her giant food that's 15 times his size, he just eats all of it without problems.
Yeah, but there are a lot of One Piece is also kind of similar to Dragon Ball, that a lot of characters do that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Going on, we have Josh. He says, although I said it's on me, go easier on how much you order. Fanny goes, you asked me to come, so that's on you. Josh goes, I totally didn't expect you to come, Fanny. Or should I call you the Fanny Devil instead? That's so true.
Call me Fanny. From what I've heard, devils aren't good at picking names. This is an interesting bit of dialogue.
I know, because his name is Josh, and that's not terribly creative either,
I hope that we get a Dragon Devil, so we have Drake and Josh.
That would be so cool.
We could title one episode that's crazy.
Drake and Josh.
He says, but you aren't trying to hide your identity at all, are you? She, it doesn't matter if I'm exposed, it wouldn't bother me. Or why did you call me here? And then this is where things start picking up, because it's not really a rumor, but recently on the streets, there's this urban legend floating around, the Nostradamus prophecy. I think you told me this is a real thing.
I'm pretty sure that's I have the I can pull up the prophecy right now real quick. Because I screenshotted it. This is from Reddit, so take that how you will. But the Nostradamus prophecy is the year 1999, 7 month. From the sky shall come a great king of terror. Shall be revived the great king of Angulmois. Before and after, Mars shall reign as chance will have it.
Huh.
So it does say 1999 in where that guy posted it. So I think that the version we're using says 97. I think that's an error because later they refer to it as 99. July. So yeah, I mean that's. It's a real prophecy by him. If you don't know Nostradamus, old dude did a lot of prophecies. People think he predicted Kennedy's death. Take Nostradamus how you will, but that's the context for this. Nostradamus is a real guy.
What was this like? What was he alive?
Like in the 1400s or like 1600s.
That's a pretty old. So
he was French apparently. I didn't know that. It was in the 1500s. So literally, I said every single thing around that.
Yeah. So, in more of the text in the chapter, it says Nostradamus' prophecies describe such event. That's so true. To predicting the extinction of mankind, although it's only sparking some discussion in TV reports or between students, but although there's no comma, it's only sparking some discussion. Yeah, but public safety is concerned about it. They conducted an experiment letting 30 criminals in prison to make. I don't like this wording. Contract your devil in exchange for a release. Calamity. That's how I.
Calamity. That's so true.
And let them ask when they're going to die.
Alrighty, next thread.
The thread. Gotta pull up the new response. The results were surprising. Among the prisoners, 23 of them actually got the prophecy of dying in 1999 July. Crazy summer, crazy noisy bizarre town. That's crazy.
So true.
Know you're up to something. Public safety thinks your actions are related to Nostradamus' prophecy. I'm only following orders to target you. If you won't speak, then I'm afraid I'll have to handle you as a devil. And then Fami responds, the remaining seven will all die this week. So that was a lot to read. A lot of broken English, literally. So yeah, there's this big old prophecy, and they let some prisoners contract with the future devil, and apparently, according to what Fami says, like all of them are going to die. Like this is true in 1999 July. Whoa, look at that.
I think one thing that I was kind of confused with, and this will probably be cleared up with the better translation. So 23 of them are dying in July of 1999. Theoretically, I think that we know this takes place in 1999. I don't know what month we're in.
I think it's July.
Theoretically, we're close. Fami says that those remaining 7 prisoners will all die this week. So, like, it's probably not July yet, but also, like, that's odd that, like, the other 7 of them would die before, and Yoshida wouldn't mention that. I think that's probably a weird translation thing. But
something. I just zoomed in on. Sorry. Second thread response image 3. I just noticed Josh's really fucking creepy stare into the camera.
Josh always stares creepily into this camera, dude. That's literally his calling card.
That literally looks like the meme of the kid where like he's just staring.
It's like, dude, I think I look like L in this picture. I think that was the original.
Yeah, but then she says, 40 seconds ago, devil appeared in UA Congregate Residential Area East District. That's the first devil responsible for making the world to fall, I don't like that, into the abysses of fear. Which I'm guessing is the death devil or something.
Maybe it's the fear devil, because fear has been a pretty big word here.
Well, hold on.
Like, it's probably death devil, given the setup. But, like...
Let's get to the example. Since I read a lot of that,
also fear might not be the right word. So,
would you like to read the next part? Since I read this part about the
Fami finishes off her little thought by going, "That name is the true source of fear, and that name is." We don't get to hear it, but we get to go to a little apartment complex here, and we see a nice little couple here. Next thread.
Next part.
We get a nice little young couple here, and the guy goes, so today my boss told me something about my upcoming promotion next month. I was like, wow, congrats, that's awesome. He's like, thank you. Yeah, I'm really awesome, right? Yes, really cool. Your salary is getting raised, right? Yeah, probably. I'm still not sure right now, but they'll probably give me a bunch of annoying work. And buy a car? How many times it has to be said, no, if that's a car. Riding a motorcycle is enough. And he's like, no, also insurance and maintenance and other stuff takes a lot of money. Hey, wouldn't it be better if we were dead? And she just looks at him and goes, dead? Sure. They walk towards the balcony, look out of the car. Dude just says car, and then they both jump to their deaths.
I can attest to this. You got to see
I got to see Kyle's live reaction. Live reaction to that. Bro turned the page and died for about 3 minutes. That was good. Because I was dying too.
This was really funny to see. Because, okay, in context, it's pretty fucked up of, like, this devil shows up and, like, everyone starts like, hey, wouldn't it be good if we just died? Yeah, sure, cool. Like, that's pretty fucked up, but just, like, the immediate mood shift of, like, I want to buy a car. How many times it has to be said, no, if that's a car, riding a motorcycle is enough. And then it's like, okay, sure, all this other stuff, yeah, it is a bit of a pain. Hey, should we just kill ourselves? And then she goes, Lamau, yeah. And then they
lol.
Car.
Maybe it's the car devil, dude.
That's the poor wording, probably. But yeah, so next part of the thread, after they jump off, more and more people are jumping off, and all the bodies start, falling to the ground. So Yoru go ruler sword. Yeah, she makes a sword out of her ruler. All the bodies start piling up into a mound, and then Yoru's like, "Oh, I'm wrong. I've mistaken this feeling. Me thinks I can't fight her.
Me thinks that's so true."
So,
oh my gosh, I saw the stupidest. This is such a side tangent. I saw the stupidest meme today, where it was the panel of Yoru going, "I'm not stupid. I'm not." It was that, but instead it was Yoru saying, "I'm not stopping the pipe bomb I've sent to you. I'm not." It's so dumb. I just thought of that because you said me thinks. And I was like, oh, funny Yoru meme. I was like, oh, I saw a funny Yoru meme today.
And then in the last two panels, next part of the thread, we see a bunch of hands, like we see like this weird body start rising up, and then Yoru runs away as this thing walks out of the mound of bodies, and it looks like it has It looks... I'm kind of conflicted on the design, but that's where it ends.
Honestly, I like the design. I think maybe it could also be incomplete. We don't know what it is yet. So
the death devil.
Obviously, the main thing is people. It's probably the Death Devil, right? I think that's what's being heavily alluded to. If it was the Death Devil, I think I'd be disappointed if that was the design.
Same.
Just because the Darkness Devil goes so hard.
Yeah, and
I also get. The Death Devil. I guess it would be humanoid, but I don't know. I like the design. It's just for the Death Devil. If this is the Death Devil, I don't know.
I feel that it has like a weird Vagooter too. I don't know how else. I don't know. It's a weird design.
Yeah,
it's really, and I hope it's not the Death Devil because again, as you said, I'm gonna literally I'm just gonna copy what you said. Darkness Devil design, the moment everything about it goes incredibly hard, and this is cool, right? But this is nowhere as funny as the haha car scene is. This is nowhere on the same magnitude as them being in hell. Darkness Devil shows up and the one panel, you know what it is, the panel of the astronaut
Among Us.
That's so true.
I guess you could say that it's also the difference, if this is Death Devil, the difference between a horseman versus, say, a primal fear. I don't know, because this design just doesn't scream Death Devil to me. And so I don't know if this is Death Devil. And we also know that this is a precursor to who's to come. I saw someone throw around the name Apocalypse Devil. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, but I don't know if Apocalypse Devil would be stronger than literally the Death Devil.
Yeah, because thinking about the designs of the other Horseman Devils we've seen, right? You have Makima and Nayata, the Control Devil, takes a humanoid form. You have Fami, the Famine Devil, takes a humanoid form. We have yet to see Yoru's quote-unquote true form, since it's likely that her little bird form at the beginning of the part was just a little temporary form because she was weak. Because we know Yoru was weak. She was willing to partner with some random girl dying on the street to take over her body. We ultimately, we don't know what Yoru looks like. So going based off of the horsemen we know, Death is going to be humanoid. Now, I think that's fair, because I think that that's a cool design concept for the horsemen. We also know that the horsemen have the special eyes. This creature does not have eyes, therefore they can't have the special eyes.
No, maybe. Okay, what would be really cool is if like the hands open up and there was like a head, like it's just arms wrapped up in like a scarf around its head. That would be.
Yeah. Someone pointed out, if you look at the back of the design, it's like a wing.
Yeah.
So like it's interesting. Also, you know, the comparison there to Yuko, where if it's Yuko, I don't know Fiji water. I don't think I'd care for that too much, Fiji water. I don't think it will be. If it is somehow, that's on Fiji water at that point. I'm not gonna. Faulty Motor can do what he wants.
Look. The thing that's important to focus on here also is Yoru's running away, right? We've seen her fight. I mean, not like anything super crazy, but we've seen her never back down from a fight fully. This is the first time, like, hey, I'm gonna go. Sorry, previous thread. Oh, I'm wrong. I've mistaken this feeling. I can't fight her. So it's like she knows deep down, like, oh yeah, I can't fucking do this. This boss is too high leveled. I gotta get out of here. That's essentially the feeling I'm getting. So it's got to be something that some concept embodied that like is stronger than like all the other three that we've seen. Because like Nayuta takes notice, Fami's like, yeah, this thing's showing up and it's the beginning of the end, and Yoru's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's just the thing of. Like the only big front runner is the Death Devil. I don't know if I see this being the Death Devil though. But like I don't know what the ability could be otherwise, because it just causes people to want to die, and it's like, I mean, is it the suicide? I mean, it could be the Suicide Devil, I guess.
Which,
if you wanted to differentiate the Suicide Devil and the Death Devil, I don't think that I would, since we know that the War Devil is composed of multiple different parts. So like you don't have the Nuclear Weapons Devil. Like nuclear weapons was a part of war, or maybe the Nuclear Weapons Devil's existence led to War Devil being stronger. So I don't know. Maybe there are different distinctions, and this is the Suicide Devil.
Here's what I'm thinking, right? We have Gun Devil, we have Bomb Devil, and there's like other, similar ones. And then there's also War. Like War as a devil concept can exist differently from.
That's fair.
It's like this, right? Bomb and Gun Devil, or Bomb and Guns, like that like feeds into the fear of war, but not as much as like nuclear weapons, right? Because when you think like gun, you're like, oh, okay, like, yeah, like you could think mostly war, but you're more like fearful of like day-to-day life. And like bombs too. Like, but even then, when you think bombs, there's like bomb and then there's nuclear weapons, and like one directly correlates to that. Like suicide, I could see it being potentially Suicide Devil. I don't know for certain, but it's one of those where like I hope it's not the Death Devil.
Yeah.
What were different devils that like embodied the concept of death, like, right? Like first one that shows up is Suicide, and then like Apocalypse at some point, and then like the final like coming of it is like the primal fear of the Death Devil, who's also one of the horsemen. Because like I think Death Devil could be one of those devils that's both. It is a primal fear, basic human instinct is to not die, and it's one of the horsemen.
Yeah. So like, because Death Devil is such, I feel like, a big figure. Like, because reading part 1, right, you're like, you hear the name Gun Devil, and you're like, oh, that guy's gonna be pretty serious. And then he was pretty serious. So I don't know. I don't think Fujimoto would undersell the Death Devil. So like I don't know if I think this is the Death Devil. I really don't. I mean I like the design, but like for the Death Devil, I mean that's the big question of, is this the Death Devil? And I think that, funny it's always the funny conversation of what you call it. You see people post and you're like, man, it's a long 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's like it's going to be a long 2 weeks of people saying this is the Death Devil, and they're probably right. I mean, just in terms of the odds, like I don't know. Like my second best guess is Suicide Devil. Like that's what I'm hoping for. Now also, Kyle, watch it be Suicide Devil, and we called that, and then we can call back to this video and see how smart we are.
Yeah, like that's what I'm hoping for, right? Like, because again, it feels like if it were hear me out. If I had to guess, right, if this were like Death Devil, they wouldn't like willingly want to go crave death, because like think about it. Look at what he says. Hey, wouldn't it be better if we would be dead? Dead, sure. And then like they go to commit suicide. It feels like with something like the Death Devil, it feels like a byproduct of it existing would be like life around it just ceases. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just feels
like they wouldn't be compelled to kill themselves, they would just die. So like that's what kind of makes me like, you look at this. I think this is the Suicide Devil.
Yeah, maybe, dude. You know what'd be so like sick for it, right? Like, let's say for the Death Devil, or like the Grim Reaper, essentially. What if
because like Fujimoto, he loves movies. Like with the Death Devil has to be a kind of Grim Reaper. It just has to be for the aesthetics.
What if, right? Like this thing's powers, like within a certain radius, like a circular radius, right? Or like a sphere around it. It was like however many like miles, right? And as it moves forward, like that sphere radius just moves forward, and more like if you get caught up in that sphere, like you just drop dead. Like that, it just feels like something on like that magnitude of like just a massive. Because Gun Devil, right? Like Gun Devil itself, right? Like that, you could argue, in terms of those power scale Chainsaw Man.
That's so true.
Guys. Gun Devil is probably like one of the top tier devils. We just saw what it was like with only like 20% ish, and its abilities are fucking nuts. It is so powerful. It moves so fast. It burns pieces of itself, right? Like this, and it's. Can we gush for a minute about how absolutely insane the Gun Devil chapters were? Of like
that was pretty insane.
One of the hardest panels I've seen in the manga is I think the Gun Devil, where he's just like in the sky and you just see like the names of all the people who died to it.
Oh my gosh, dude!
And like everything of like just like families were just headshot, like kids, women, like everyone was getting headshot left and right, and it just had
Fujimoto like. He's not one to undersell his devils. Like,
no, of course.
I mean, you look at dude, Darkness Devil is just straight up just iconic manga at this point. I mean, that panel is just insane. Gun Devil is insane.
Gun Devil's iconic, like most iconic for Chainsaw Man. Darkness Devil just it stretches out further than just Chainsaw Man to like live up to one of the most iconic panels. It is. Ooh, because I remember I saw that and I was like, what the fuck? Like, this is that manga? Because I had seen this panel a long time ago. I got chills, and it's one of those where like I'm not getting the same chills, like I'm not reading this going like I laughed at it essentially, right? You heard my reaction earlier. Yeah. I'm laughing like we should die. Yes, car.
That's so true. Yeah, it's just I don't think I wouldn't say I expect Death to get the same entrance as Gun Devil or Darkness Devil did, because they weren't intended to be defeated. And sure, Gun Devil was, right? But that's funny Makima control powers, right? They weren't. I feel like Death Devil is going to be a character, just like Famine, War, and Control are all characters. I feel like Death is going to be a character, and so like I'm not expecting as grand of an entrance as those two, because Famine didn't get a grand entrance, but like I don't think this is Death, and if it is, I think I might be a little disappointed.
I'll agree on that. Like I think the last time we had legitimate, sincere, like major criticisms was Yuko's arc, because let's be honest, guys, it wasn't the best arc.
Like, and reading it and like in one sitting, like it's probably good, right? But reading it weekly and bi-weekly was a bit rough.
Even still,
it
right?
got a little bit rough whenever she had to dive her a third time.
That's what I mean. Like, you can criticize that, and you can criticize all of part 2. That's what I'm saying. But it feels like this is one of those moments in part 2 where, like, if it is Death Devil, I'll be kind of disappointed. Just
like it's not a make or break, but this has the potential to be really cool or like disappointing.
Yeah. I mean, if it were like the Suicide Devil, I that's what I'm hoping for. that or like something else that we're overlooking? Because again, Gun Devil, the whole like just all the sequence of the International Assassins, like Darkness Devil, just everything there, like mocking with like the chains floating. Just there's so many go-to moments, and also it's hard to say because that stuff happened like at the midpoint or later. So I don't know. If
I'm guessing we'll get more. I mean, I'm guessing we'll get more panels with this new devil. Yeah, I bet we will, won't we? I'm guessing that in the future we'll get some of those panels. If this is the Death Devil, we'll get some of those panels with it. I don't know. I don't think this is at the end of the day, I don't think this is the Death Devil. My guess is the Suicide Devil.
If it's okay, look, there's 3 possibilities here, right? That we have so far. Death Devil will be disappointed because I'll admit, like, it's not gonna be. It's like, oh, it's not gonna be one of those like, oh, it's terrible. It'll be like, okay, fine, I guess that's his entrance, but it just makes me feel like with it, most likely
there's just so much potential there for it.
Primal fear. I will argue that, like, death, darkness, like those are primal concepts that humans are afraid of and we try to avoid. It's also a horseman too, so like whatever. But still, I would be disappointed if it's Suicide Devil. Like, oh hey, that's cool. Like I'll be more interested if it's Suicide Devil just because it makes you crave death, and maybe she's running away of like, if I try interacting with this thing, I might like want to kill myself, because she has like part Asa, part human, she might be affected. Who knows? There could be something there. Or if it's something in between, and we just see where it goes, and it could that could have its own like routes of if it's like what I think would be well written or well introduced or not. But yeah, so it's Death Devil, Suicide Devil, or some other thing, and I'm hoping it's Suicide or some other thing. Death Devil, I would prefer not to.
Because this is just the first one, so like in a lead up to the ultimate Death Devil entrance, it would make sense to have some smaller aspects of death.
Yeah, which, like, again, Suicide, Apocalypse, those types of devils could come before it, and it'd be like, oh yeah, those involved, like, these are harbingers, these are build-ups to death itself. And who knows, maybe we're just wrong, and Fujimoto's like, oh hey, here's Death Devil, and it's like this, just like small female child that acts like
I wish.
Like Zeno from Dragon Ball Super. I could not fucking tell you.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see if this chapter is even legit. I feel like this chapter is legit. I don't think this feels like funny water writing.
Funny water.
That's his name.
Oh.
Well, any final little words, Kyle?
I was about okay. There, I pulled it up. I was gonna just repeat the quote again of dead. Yeah, car.
It's so true. Well, if you're this far in the video, obviously if there's something you like, so make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling us, wow, you guys are so cool for reviewing this chapter so fast. Even though it's been out for like 12 hours or something at the time of recording. Next video this Sunday will be Berserk Volume 12, because I don't know if we'll get One Piece in, but we might. We'll see. We'll see where that goes. And we will see you all then. Bye-bye.
Bye.